So I got all 6 of these tight now. I went to the manual to check the torque on it, and I realized I didn't have a torque wrench. So I'm setting it to tighter than it was on my torque wrench. I don't really think you can warp this thing, or at least I don't think I will with this. And I've been watching the gasket suck in, it looks great. So at this point I'm ready to take the carburetor off the old one, just sitting over there, and then hook it up to the new one. Carburetor's just held on by two 3/8 bolts, so it takes a 1/2 inch wrench to get them off. This is a Marvel Schubler, which is on probably 90% of these tractors. I really don't know, there's a lot of them. And we just rebuilt this carburetor not that long ago, so I don't see the need to do that right now. Gasket looks pretty good. Carburetor itself looks really good. So I'm going to put it back on here. And I've done this a couple times already, so it's not real complicated. Get that snugged up and lined up, and we'll be right back. I forgot to hit record, but I just put this piece on here. It's just the intake hose. Carburetor set the same setting it was before, but basically the air comes in here. There's oil down here in the bottom of this reservoir. Whatever dirt is in the air gets stuck in the oil. The air comes back through this center tube on the outside of this. There's another tube, and it comes down through here. So pretty simple. Next thing I'm gonna do is probably get this exhaust off because it's getting a different exhaust, and we'll be right back. So I was saying take the exhaust off. Originally it come out here. There's a muffler that goes here. That's that in here, like so. And then it ran underneath the tractor. You can see it there. It come out the back. It's not a bad thing, keeps fumes out of your face, different things like that, but the problem I have is we got extremely dry conditions most of the time. So I need to get this strap cut off of here, right there, and I can drop this tailpipe. The new one's going to come out around the going to come out here with a 90 muffler, and then the pipe's going to go up. And just like a normal tractor, it's going to have the exhaust coming out the top. And it's for obvious reasons, but the main one is sparks and backfiring and all that stuff. I don't want the risk of catching something on fire. Dead battery. And just like that, it's off. So as you can tell, the valve cover gasket, it's been in here a little while. And I think that's what's stuck down inside those cylinders. That's what I just got done cleaning out here a little bit ago. It's a cork one, and it's in pretty bad shape. So I'm gonna get this scraped out of here and get this cleaned up and get the new one in it. Here's what the new one looks like. Mo better. Coming out pretty good. Better than I thought it was going to. I don't know how often you should change these, but I know this one should have been changed a while ago. This is where I think it was leaking. This part right here is just about gone. Yeah. So I got it out. I just used a wood chisel to clean it out, 1/4-inch wood chisel. And it's a foam gasket, so you just press it, or it's a cork gasket, so you just press it right back into the spot. It's only got these 2 bolts holding it down. I'm gonna snug it up first. These washers are cupped so that they touch that rubber bushing at the same time. And I assume it presses down equally. I don't know. So the next step is getting the gas tank on it. That sits there. It's full of fuel. So I'm going to pick it up, set it on the bed of the truck over here, get some gas cans and empty it out because it is so heavy. You wouldn't think 15 gallons is that heavy, but it's pretty hard to line up a bolt and hold that up in the air, so I'm going to bring it over here real quick. Might not hurt to get new fuel on. So I had a few phone calls in there, and my phone died, but I was talking to it via the charger. So I took the heat shield off. I'll show it to you. This one right here feels like it's like 18 gauge steel. The other one is super hard, but I'll show you what it looks like. So it just goes between, the exhaust is right here. But it just goes between that and the gas tank. I finally got all the gas out about 11 gallons later. It took forever, but that's how it goes in there. And this one is pretty well cooked. You can see where the exhaust had been leaking. And all that part's not visible to me from the driver's seat and or standing next to it. You can see it right there too. There's quite a bit of soot on that one. I didn't order that piece because I didn't know I needed it. And I can put that on at a later date from not having everything tore off of it, but she's just about ready to go back on. There's the gas cans. I gotta line it back up and get it on there, and then get the muffler hooked up. And then with this, I'm just putting inline shut off on it. Nothing fancy. But hey, while you got it apart, you might as well, you know. I elected to go with hose clamps for fuel lines. Not what it had, obviously, but again, if you're going to tear it apart, you might as well put it back together right. It didn't leak here, but I don't want the chance of that becoming a reality. And it is plastic, that's all I could find. The shutoff valve, the factory one for these tractors, is up underneath the gas tank. It takes a regular screwdriver, and if you guys shut the gas off in a hurry, getting between a hot motor and a gas tank isn't always the best thing to do, I don't think. So the fuel line, you can see it there, comes out of the bottom, goes through here, and I ran it through the front support just to keep it away from the fan and the heat, so to speak. I brought it down through the alternator, got it clamped there. That's how it goes. This is the first time firing it up. It ain't got no muffler on it, but I just want to make sure it's going to fire.